What's going on, Darksiders fans? StrangeLuv here, and I'm here to bring you my first impressions of Darksiders 2. And I know some of you are probably wondering why I haven't posted a video on Darksiders 2 yet, even though the game's been out for almost 3 days now. Well, let me tell you what happened. I pre-ordered the collector's edition of Darksiders 2 from THQ because by the time I ordered it, all of the other locations were sold out of collector's edition. So I had to buy it from the actual website. And here I am. I'm still waiting for my package 2 days after the release date, and what's even worse is the fact that when I try and track the package, it doesn't tell you where it is, it just says it's in transit. You have no way of knowing where your package is, and I know a lot of people on the forums were having the same problem tracking their package from THQ, so I have no idea where my collector's edition package is. I don't know when it's coming. It could be today, tomorrow, it could be next week. I really have no idea. So what ended up happening was my boyfriend and I decided to just go and buy a copy at GameStop, and now we have to share that copy because we both have separate Xboxes, separate accounts, so we have to pretty much take turns playing the game, which really sucks. And I know there was no guarantee that my package was going to arrive on the release date, but it would have been nice to at least have a way to track it and know where it is, especially because I spent a little bit extra for the collector's edition. But whatever, that doesn't really matter now. What matters is I'm finally playing the game, and that's what's important. And based on what I've played so far, this game is amazing. It's actually better than I imagined it would be. And what you're seeing in the background is some gameplay footage from my initial playthrough of the first part of the game, which is called The Veil, where you're trying to go and talk to the Crowfather. Now, one of my favorite aspects about this game is the art direction. When you look around the environments, all of the colors are really rich and vivid, everything is very detailed, and all of the characters are also very unique and have their own style to them. There's no way that you would confuse any two characters because they all stand out on their own and have their own unique personalities as well. And when you're playing the game, you really get this sense that the whole world you're in is alive, and that everything you do really makes a difference. All of the people you talk to play a pivotal role in something that you're doing within the storyline. The characters are really well developed, and the dialogue really suits a lot of the characters too. Like Death, a lot of the times he'll say really sassy things because he has this attitude that he doesn't really care about anybody else, he just wants to save his brother, and it really shows. And all of the other characters have their own unique personalities too that really show through the dialogue. And sometimes when I play RPGs and there's like an NPC that talks to you, I don't know if you guys get this feeling, but sometimes I get this really uncomfortable feeling when other characters in games talk to you because they say things that are just so corny and they don't really make sense. They're hard to believe as a character, and believability is really important. Not just in video games, but any sort of story-driven media, even movies or TV shows, anything like that. You need to have your characters be believable in the world that you're trying to create. And I really think Darksiders 2 did a great job with that. Once you start playing the game and you get sucked into this adventure with Death, it's really hard to stop. And for those of you who played the first Darksiders, you'd probably agree that this new Darksiders 2 is a completely different feeling, different experience. They added so many different elements to the game that make it distinct, which is a good thing, you know, you don't want just a rehash of the first game. But in Darksiders 2, they added things like new traversal. When you play as Death, you're able to climb along walls, climb up poles, and wall jump and do all of these crazy acrobatic moves that when you played as War, you couldn't do that. War was kind of just a powerhouse, really stocky, really powerful, but he couldn't quite maneuver in all the different ways that Death can. So it's like a whole new experience, and it's really fun to just run around as Death with all of the things that he can do. Also, they've added all these RPG elements that the first game didn't have. They have a whole loot system, there's tons of different weapons, all of the weapons are randomly generated when you find new loot, except for when you beat certain bosses and stuff, you'll get particular weapons then. But for the most part, the weapons that you find are randomly generated, so you're really able to build a unique character that's different from other people who are playing the same game, because you're not all going to find the same loot, and you're going to unlock different parts of the skill tree, and I think all of these elements just really add to the complexity of the game. It makes it something completely refreshing, completely different, and I just love how it came out. And I definitely had high expectations about this game based on what we've seen, gameplay footage and all of that, and all the different elements that they added to it. But I was also sort of skeptical, of course, because you never really know if a game is going to deliver all of the things that they're saying. But Darksiders 2 definitely lived up to my expectations so far from what I've played. So that's my first impressions of the game. And as far as different videos go on my channel for Darksiders 2, I'm going to be having a whole slew of different videos. They can range from cutscenes to dungeon walkthroughs to strategies, different things like that, and I just hope that some of you find them useful. And I know a lot of you won't need to watch all of my videos because you've already played the game or, you know, you've experienced everything, but hopefully you'll find some of my videos useful and helpful, and that's all I could really ask for. So if you already have the game, let me know what you think of Darksiders 2 in the comments below, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, this is StrangeLuv signing out.